It's Old Timey Birdcage, or known as Sarah. I just wanted to get on here and record my next episode of Flosstube. The first one was fun to make. Again, I don't know much about editing, and I didn't quite get the hang of adding like the comments in the description, so I'll try to get better at that, but it's just gonna take some practice. But thank you for hanging in with me. Welcome to subscribers if you're back. I really appreciate it. Didn't expect to get so many. But I just want to get right back into it and start with, I have a finished object from last time. I was working on The Raven by Aida, and yeah, I was working on that one, and now I have it finished. So let me show you that. Yeah, so I really liked working on this. This is my first time working with NPI silks, or silks in general. So it turned out really nice. It was, this is 16 count Aida, hand dyed, let's get the information. Bee Stitch Me, and the color Orchid. And I used the NPI silks in the pattern, except I didn't have one of them, so I substituted the DMC for the 976 color. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. It's nice and small. I'm not sure how I want to finish it. So I'm thinking either maybe a small pillow would be good to have out around Halloween if I want to frame it and hang it up. I don't know, but I'm looking at different options. Maybe put it on a box or a project bag. I could start making project bags with cross stitch on it. Yeah, so that was fun. So I didn't get to work on my full moon stitch because it wasn't full moon yet, but that's coming up next week, so that'll happen. So far the other whip I've been majorly working on is my dimensions kit. So this is the kit. Sorry for the glare. Magic in Motion, designed by Lane Gordon. This is a vintage kit I got on eBay. It's from 1995. And I'm using all the kit included materials. And here is my progress. So I got through, I think, most of the book that the wizard is holding, and I've started like this little section of the robe. I am leaving like the gold stars till later. So that's what those empty spots are for. But most of this is filled in. It is 3/1, or three threads at once. It's black Aida that came with the kit. And this is my first time using any kind of blend, so I'm really excited about like how this is turning out here. Like, this is a blend color between two colors. Yeah. So I am getting a little worried about having enough floss. Like this little color here, this magenta, it's in a few places, but it's kind of scattered all throughout the pattern. Kind of, I think people call that confetti. So I'm not worried that I don't technically have enough to make the stitches. It's more like the tying off the ends and having enough to like anchor everything. So I'm getting a little worried about that. If you watched my first episode, you know I actually have two of these kits because the first one I bought didn't include the pattern. I don't think it was anything malicious by anyone. It was just that the person who bought it secondhand didn't realize that somewhere the original owner had opened it up and taken out the pattern and just left the rest of the kit there. So for right now, I do have extra thread. I want to try to save that, so if I can maybe pass it on to somebody else with the pattern when I'm done, so that they can have it. But I am a little worried on thread, so I'm being extra cautious with how much thread I use on almost every color, just because I don't want to run out. I have found a conversion chart online for like duplicates of the colors for DMC, but I am concerned that they're not going to match up too much, so I'm going to be careful with what I have. Okay, so my next one is actually like a new one I got and started since the last time I recorded. I had this on my wish list on 123 Stitch. It was out of stock, but I had it on my wish list. And then I was putting something else on my wish list and I noticed that it said it was in stock. So I went ahead and ordered it. I also ordered all the called for fabric and thread. So it's all DMC and it's the called for fabric, but it is, actually let me get the pattern. So this is an Irish Blessing by Tiny Modernist. So I liked it. I liked it as like a kind of sampler style that I want to try to get into. It's also like appropriate for St. Patrick's Day. So, and I had never stitched on anything other than Aida. So it called for, let's see, what's it? An even weave. So I got the even weave that came with it. I just hit add all to cart on 123 Stitch because I didn't know what to look for, but here's my progress so far. Yeah, it's all back stitch at this point. So the center of the pattern is the back stitch phrase, and the scroll here and the border, and then you get into the cross stitch on the edges. So I haven't gotten to that yet, but I'm enjoying working on even weave so far. It did take some getting used to, I think, especially because I started in the center because the pattern recommended it, and since I started with back stitch instead of regular crosses, it's again still also weird, but I'm enjoying it so far. It looks really nice. I'm worried about it like staying in place because it's such long back stitches. I'm also using, for the first time, I'm using this kind of frame. It's not an actual Q snap. It's a knockoff brand. I think it's Loops and Thread from Michaels. I had a coupon, so I decided to buy one. I just got the smallest one just to try it. And it does keep a good tension. I'm just worried every time I have to move it around and put it on top of the back stitches that it's going to like mess them up or something. So I may switch back to a hoop just for this one. But I do like the style of holder. I just think maybe it isn't for this project. Here's all the flosses. Again, they're just still in the bag. I bobbinate my thread most of the time. Again, with the Dimensions kit, it comes with that floss dropper kind of style or thread keeper. But yeah, this is what I do. I don't know where I picked this up. I think my mother maybe taught me how to do this, but I just take bits of cardboard and cut 2 slits on the other side and make my own bobbins. I think she taught me that because she's very frugal or grew up with not much money. So they kind of made do, but again, like I just write the DMC color on it and then wrap it around. So it may be horrifying to some people, but that's how I like to keep them. I don't know. I haven't switched over completely to floss drops or anything like that yet. I still like the bobbins. It's just what I'm used to. But I mean, I could see trying it because I do like the action of kind of picking off the piece of floss I need by using, you know, just my needle. Okay, I did also have an acquisition. I was trolling eBay for some Vintage Dimension kits, and I don't know if I would call this my unicorn, but it's definitely one I really wanted and liked when I saw it. I saw it for a decent price and no one else was bidding on it, so I put in a bid and I won. So it is another kit. Sorry about the glare. So this is a Dimensions Charts and Charms kit. So this does not have fabric or thread. It just has the pattern, and it comes with these little brass charms. You can kind of see in there. So they got like moon stars, those kinds of things. And this is called 72425 Alluring Sorceress. And it is from 1997. I haven't opened it up yet. I'm not ready to fully kit it up. I want to finish my wizard before I move on to the sorceress. This also looks like a lot of stitching. Looks like there's a lot of half stitches in the background. I'm also debating if I should go with like maybe an even weave or a linen. I mean, since so much is I wouldn't call it full coverage because there's different background showing, but a lot of it is covered. So I may want to try like maybe a black even weave instead of Aida, just to see how that works. Yeah, but I'm super excited about that. I got that for a decent price. It can go for pretty pricey on eBay. So again, just kind of check things and look out for them. I also, oh, I forgot to get my knitting, but I also got a new knitting bag, like a Della Q. Our local yarn store was having a sale. I did want to participate in the economic blackout on February 28th. However, I did see a lot of discourse around small businesses being worried that it could, you know, really be bad for them if they lost like a whole day of business. And again, like we're not really protesting our local mom and pop shops or women-owned businesses or women of color-owned businesses. We're protesting big corporations. So I stay away from big corporations and just stuck with like local small shops and locally owned thrift shops, just to support them because they have, you know, they have rent to pay, and they need our support. But I can share that another time. I did also get some stuff when I was thrifting. So let me grab that bag. Yeah, so again, this was at Scrap Up. It is the thrift store in Cincinnati area, that Pleasant Ridge, that is dedicated to like craft materials, art supplies, those kinds of things. So I wanted to look for some cross stitch things and some other things we needed before I bought them firsthand. I did pick up this little, they're just little like sticky notes and memo pads, but they're ghost themes. And the little tiny ones say, to boo later, boo now. I just thought they were cute. Again. This I can talk about in a minute too, what I'm going to do with it. But this is waste canvas. So if you've never used waste canvas, and I haven't, but I've seen people use it, you like put it over top like a piece of clothing or something else you want to have cross stitch on. You cross stitch on top of it, and then you pull out the canvas so that the cross stitch will be on the fabric, but you have the grid as the guide basically. So I got this secondhand on an open package for cross stitch. Again, I think it was like a $1 or a few dollars. So that was a good deal. And you know, keep things out of landfills. I got like a mini bottle of just like tacky glue. Like I haven't tried using it. So I've seen people talk about how they use glue for finishing objects. So I wanted to get some just to have on hand. And this is better than buying like a full bottle of it at a store new and finding out I don't like it. Sorry, a few more things. So these kind of go with the waste canvas. So these are just some yellow DMCs that I found, just some old ones. I want to try to source them from thrift stores if I can and use, but again, may not always be able to find the color I want for specific patterns, but when I want to use these for, and oh, this one's colored 421. I'm not sure what year this is from actually, but it does look like a more vintage cover. And this one is, let's see, the color is 972. 972 and 421. Nice bright yellows. So I got those specifically because I want to use them on the waste canvas on a repair. So I got these brown corduroy pants while thrifting. They're the brand, I think, LA Blues. And they're really nice quality. They're 99% cotton. And again, like really good quality. It just looks like they maybe had some wear and tear. I could see some places where someone tried to do some stitching up of some repairs. So somebody tried to take good care of it. My concern is this little spot at the back pocket. If you can see my finger poking through there, there's a little hole. So I want to reinforce that. It looks like somebody tried to, but maybe didn't quite get it down. But I want to reinforce that, and then maybe as a decorative touch, try to put like a little like yellow flower or something fun on there. I did. So I also looked on Libby, and I get cross stitch magazines through there, so I don't have to buy them new, but I did find, so this one is in Spring Cross Stitch Favorites, and this section is called The Big Bouquet. And I won't show you the chart, but you can get this again at the library if you have like the Libby app for free through a lot of places, or if you can find the magazine other places, but they have like a lot of tiny little charts of flowers, and I thought that'd be a really cute way to add details. They don't have a preview page for the little ones, but like here's like kind of like a coaster set kind of preview. So they have like lots of different little flowers, and they have like the full rainbow of different ones. So there's some yellow ones. I thought I would just kind of convert what I need with what I have, maybe get like another, and I have plenty of greens from the Tiny Modernist pattern, or just other greens so I can pick up really easily, and I could use that with waste canvas to maybe cover up any patches I have to put on the pants, or maybe just decorate other pieces of clothing. I do like to thrift clothing. I talked about last time. This is thrifted as well, this t-shirt. It's CJ Banks, and again, it's 100% cotton, so it's pretty good quality, especially for it seems like newer because it doesn't have a paper tag or anything. But again, I've been having some good luck at the thrift store. I also, the other day, found a black velvet, a maxi skirt, and I brought it home to my partner. I was like, look what I found. And they were just, okay. So yeah, they don't understand. And you just went to the thrift store last week. Why are you going again? You have to keep going back. There might be treasure. Yeah, so I am very excited. I want to keep working on that, and I want to try to like repair more clothes or just add more personal touches to clothes. I also have my projects I'm working on. I want to work on that Tiny Modernist Irish Blessing pattern. I did try to look it up, this history behind it, because sometimes people say things are like an Irish blessing or Irish saying it. There's no history on it. All I could really find was just that websites are like top 10 Irish sayings or something. So I don't know if it's authentic or not. But I do like the sentiment. Just to read it. So, may your troubles be less and your blessings be more, and nothing but happiness come through your door. So I'm excited to finish that because the back stitch is going pretty quickly, but again, that's back stitch. I don't mind doing back stitch as like some people do. And then I can get to the cross stitches. So we'll see how those go with the even weave, because that'll be my first time doing that. I am excited about the progress on my wizard. It doesn't look like I've done much, but it's getting there. So I'm glad for that to progress slowly. And yeah, I'm just really excited about those things. Any other future plans I have? Again, we have knitting plans, so I didn't grab my knitting bag, but I am still working on the sheep camp sweater from Jennifer Berg. I did rip back the bottom and then redo it. And I also ordered some more of the Scout yarn in the Plum Heather. I don't know if it's the same dye lot or anything, because I threw away the original labels, but it matches enough. It's a commercial yarn. It's not like hand dyed or anything. It might be a little different, but since I'm going to use it for sleeves, I don't think I'm not that concerned. If it doesn't look the same, as long as it's like a similar enough color that you can't really see a difference. I am also planning on working on some children's sweaters. I do not have children, but we have nieces and nephews and nibblings. So I want to get a start on that before the Christmas rush hits, or the Yuletide rush hits. So I'm going to start on that. I got some patterns at the local yarn store that were really cute. The issue is I forgot to look before I bought them, but they are seamed, so I don't know if I want to do them like that. Again, like I've done it before, but I would prefer it all in one. We'll see. I'll look around at other patterns. I want to try to get away from using Ravelry. I am Old Timey Birdcage on there, but I don't use it that often. I just try to access the patterns I already have on there. If there's a designer I want a pattern from and they only have it on Ravelry, I'll get it there. But I want to try to get away from it just because I don't like how they're not helping people with disabilities and not working to change that really for people who can't look at the site without getting the migraines or the headaches or anything like that. Also, just in general, I want to get away from digital media because you don't really own digital media. You're just kind of licensing it. So we're transitioning to buying more books, buying more paper patterns, buying more DVDs and, CDs. So we're transitioning to that just because we're worried about like issues like people saying like, oh, I woke up today and 1984 isn't on my Kindle anymore. So we're trying to get away from those and get more physical books. As far as media is concerned, I am reading books, but the issue is I just keep picking up a new book and switching around, so I haven't finished one really since last time I saw you. But I do want to recommend, if you have not seen them already, the Miss Fisher Murder Mysteries. It's an, I guess, older show at this point. It's from 2011, but it is an Australian show about, again, a murder mystery set in the 1920s. And they're really funny and cozy and charming. They're also murder mysteries, so just beware of that if you're squeamish about any kind of murder or death or anything like that. But they are really comforting right now in these dark times. My spouse loves it too, so we watch it together, and we've been starting to rewatch. And the episodes have held up pretty well. I don't want to say there's no issues, but they do have like gay characters, and they talk about, pro-choice and, women's rights, immigrants' rights, things in Australia. So it's really good. If you can find it, I think it's maybe on Acorn TV right now. We bought the Blu-ray set because we love it and we want to support more physical media. But we've been rewatching those, and those have been really fun. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate everybody that commented and said hello and subscribed. And I hope you have a good day. Stay safe. Stay warm if you're in somewhere cold, and stay cool if you're in somewhere hot. But have a good day. Bye.